Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about the tachometric surveying lecture 4. In last lecture we are discussing about the different tachometric methods. Now today we are discussing the topic that is determination of tachometric constant. Means how to determine the constants of tachometer. There are two constants of tachometer. First is a multiplying constant and second is additive constant. So in last lecture we discussed the cases of we discussed the different cases of fixed hair system. In that we see about the horizontal and vertical distances. In that the multiplying constant and additive constants, by using that equation of horizontal distance, by taking those two tachometric constants, we can calculate this horizontal and vertical distances. So from that equation, those two tachometric constants, f upon I and f plus c. F upon I means multiplying constant and f plus c means additive constant. So in this lecture, how to determine or how to calculate that tachometric constant, we are discussing about that. So here is the procedure given for the determination of the constants of tachometer. So first see this figure. In that there are 4 stations given here, P, Q, R, S. These are the stadia rod positions. Okay, look, position of stadia rods means at point P, Q, R and S, the stadia rods are placed, and the central point, that is and in between that there is a instrument location, means tachometer is set up at that point, and the x1, x2, x3 and x4 are the horizontal distances from the center of instrument to position of stadia rods. So how to calculate that, and how to calculate the constants, we see by referring this procedure. So first see, first point is sight the stadia rod kept at a station P, Q, R and S and focus it carefully. Means first of all, from this position of tachometer, means from that instrument, sight through the telescope and bisect the points which are given, bisect the points P, Q, R and S, which are on which the stadia rod is kept, and focus it carefully by using the telescope. After that, measure the distance between object glass and plane of crosshairs along the top of telescope. Okay, so from along the top of telescope, measure that distance from object glass to plane of crosshairs. After that, measure the distance C, which is in between the object glass and vertical axis of instrument. So by measuring those distances with the help of tape, measure the distance x1, x2, x3 and x4. Means these are the horizontal distances you are marked. With the help of tape, you have to measure that horizontal distances x1, x2, x3 and x4 from the instrument station. Take top, bottom and middle hair reading and calculate the staff intercept, that is S1, S2, S3 and S4. Means This staff intercept we can calculate by taking the difference between top hair reading and bottom hair readings. Gives you the respective values of staff intercept at point 1, 2, 3 and 4. After that, put that values put the measured values in above steps in formula, that is x is equal to f upon I into s plus f plus d. Here the f upon I, this coefficient which is called as multiplying constant, and another constant is f plus d. This term is called as additive constant, and from this equation the value of x and the value of capital S means horizontal distance and staff intercept, you know those two values. So by using that by putting that known values, you can calculate the several values of multiplying constant, and mean of these values will give you the final f upon I value of the instrument, that is multiplying constant of instrument. So by following this procedure, you can easily determine the tachometric constant. After that, next point is limitations of tachometry. So in tachometry, first there are many limitations, so let's see one by one. First is, it has been recommended that the error in single horizontal distance should be in 50, and in error in vertical distance is correct to 0.1 meter. This is the recommendation. Then next is, this method is not suitable for precise survey, means this tachometric survey, it is not suitable for the correct survey or precise work. Then third limitation is, the small error in observing the stadia rod gives the large error in calculation of horizontal distance and RL. Therefore the instrument is used for only small survey. Okay, so these are the limitations of tachometry. The next point is errors in tachometry. So the errors in tachometry can be classified as, first is instrumental error, then next is error due to manipulation and sighting, and third one is error due to natural causes. So these are the different classification or different types of errors which occurs while measuring the distances or while using that instrument tachometer. So let's see the first type of error, that is instrumental error. So these instrumental errors are caused because of the manufacture defect in instrument. Okay, so these are the instrumental errors which are occurred only because due to the manufacturing defect. Okay, manufacturing defect in instrument, due to that manufacturing, these type of errors can occur. And to avoid these errors, the following points should be taken care of. First is, the tachometer should be in perfect adjustment for taking the observation. This is the first point. So by adopting these points, we can easily avoid this type of instrumental errors. So in that, first is, the tachometer should be in perfect adjustment while taking the observation. Then second is, the altitude bubble should be at the center of its run while reading the vertical circle for angles. Okay, whenever we use vertical circle for measurement of angles, then check that altitude bubble should be at the center of its run. Okay, you have to check that altitude bubble while you are using the vertical circle for the measurements of angles. Okay, and third one is the multiplying and additive constants of the instrument should be periodically checked. So those two constants of tachometer, it should be periodically checked. So by adopting these following points, you can avoid this type of instrumental errors which are normally occurred due to manufacturing defects in instrument. Okay, then second type of error is error due to manipulation and sighting. Okay, so these type of errors includes in this type of errors, which includes the inaccurate leveling of instrument, while when you are doing the temporary adjustments of instrument, then by default the inaccurate leveling of instrument also includes this type of errors. Then inaccurate reading of horizontal as well as vertical angles. Okay, so inaccurate reading also affects the also creates the error due to sighting. Okay, then next is focusing errors, while you are doing the focusing, if it is not proper, then these type of errors due to sighting also occurs. After that, inaccurate bisection of target, inaccurate bisection through telescope. That bisection, if the bisection is not proper, then these type of errors which are normally due to manipulation and sighting creates. Then inaccurate reading of staff intercept. Okay, while you are reading the staff, then for the inaccurate reading, these type of errors can occur. And error in holding the staff, error in holding the staff also creates the error due to manipulation and sighting. And next is errors due to natural causes. So these type of errors includes the error due to high wind or refraction. So due to high wind, these type of errors normally occurred, called as natural causes or natural errors. Okay, then next point is difference between theodolite and tachometer. Okay, so see this difference. What is the difference between theodolite and tachometer? First point is in theodolite, it is used for the measurement of horizontal and vertical angles, while in tachometer that instrument is used for the measurement of horizontal as well as vertical distances. Okay, this is the first main difference between theodolite and tachometer. Then second difference is in theodolite survey, the distances are measured by chain or tape, and while in tachometric survey, the direct measurement of distances are possible by using the formulas. Okay, then third point is in theodolite, it is suitable for plain and hilly area with less obstacles. Okay, and in tachometer, generally it is suitable in case of obstacles like rivers, then broken ground, etc. And fourth difference between theodolite and tachometer is the more stations are required in theodolite survey, and in tachometer less stations are required in tachometric survey. Okay, so this is again the main difference in theodolite and tachometer, that is more stations are required for theodolite and less or least stations are required for the tachometric survey. Okay, hope all of you understand this video. Thank you.